So hey, you know what I really hope happens? I really hope that, everything is working as intended, because I was testing a thing out, and let's see if things change. As I said before, I was working with the different audio setup, so things sound different to me, but apparently everything's fine. Just a few more things to talk about as I get into an Ath World of Horror character exclusive custom character run. And let me just see, but yeah, just making sure. Baseball bat backpack, by the way. It's not the worst start, but I think the backpack is, funny enough, one of the more useful things. And other things aside, let me just say this now. So if you haven't already been notified through the post, it's just in that post. We can talk about anything here. In fact, other people talk about topics anywhere, really, as we get strength, charisma, knowledge, second Takushi-san, and maybe a light check. But as we have 6 strength, we'll work with strength. And yeah, I just wanted to say that because things will be re-uploaded on the channel. But essentially, I'm going to be redoing a redo. So, because I feel it is necessary. Now, some might call me a coward, and some might call me otherwise. But I'm just being completely safe, because while I would not fault anyone for making certain decisions unless it just completely breaks the law, then on this platform we at least have guidelines. So yeah, also today I just kind of woke up late, but I have other things to do. So before I start streaming, if it was a stream day, as we get Kana, Ramen, Flood, footage, and Household Hell. So that's why the stream is starting 15 minutes late. But we'll see if I go 2 hours, because there's also going to be a Slay the Spire video coming out later today. And hopefully I finally get Event of the Day done, because I did not get to do that for the past pretty much week. Even though it's going to be like a 20-30 second video tops, because the next event isn't really... I'm just adding some time to it just to add some clarity. So, yep, nothing much. Yep, good luck. Yep, this character. No, not this. No, but you don't understand. Just being safe. But, I mean, it's just the costume that's given. So, well, I say just the costume, but... So, 6, 18. So, I can do this in 4 Doom, so why not, right? Although it is taking extra damage. So, realistically speaking, unless I want to do that... This would be 10. Nah, it wouldn't be enough. I've already made my decision, so just swing for the fences, literally and figuratively. Do I really not defeat this, though? I guess I do have to go for this. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this. Do I want to go for that specifically? If I need to hit both... Oh, no, I can't, because 5 actions. Silly Jordan. Silly me. Tricks are for other types of magicians. Missed the 75%, by the way, but that's par for the course. And you know what? I should just hit the record button on my OBS anyway, because just in case things like that happen. PlayStation, by the way. So we have Household Hell, Flood. Okay, yeah, with those 2 already. Even though it's not really a lot. Actually, I have footage as well, so I'm just gonna set and forget the forest. And if I redo a character or do something that's kind of off, like, hey, you actually didn't do a World of Horror backstory Ath run, instead it was an Ath run Scars, then just let me do the thing. Just read the post, don't have the context, did something happen? No, not with you. It's just a me thing. It's just a me thing. It's just a me thing. So, yeah, it's just a me thing. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I've decided that it's better to be... I don't even want to talk explicitly about what it is exactly. If someone else brings it up, I mean, I don't really have much control over other people, but just know that I'm doing it for everyone. So, and it's something on my part. So that is why I'm doing a thing. I would never... If something actually went wrong with, say, the comment section or whatnot, I would just remove the message. So, yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, that's right. We have Kana. That's why I was like, why am I taking 1 reason damage? So, again, if it's brought up like in a previous stream, if it's brought up, I mean, we can talk about it. I'm still not gonna say the name. If I did say the name, so be it. Again, other people have said the name. In fact, other people have reviewed the game. So there's nothing wrong with the game as it exists on this channel and platform for other channels. It's just that I did a thing that I don't want to keep doing. So, and I was planning to do it. I actually had the another video ready to go, but then I realized when I learned about certain things that it's best not to do it. If someone wants to talk to me in private, I will explain. But otherwise, while we're on this platform, and I'm speaking on this platform, I just want to make sure that everything's safe. Now, I wouldn't say... I don't think I did anything wrong personally, but because robots and stuff, I want to play it safe. We do still need Kana here. I could take Flood next, too, but... Anyway, that's just a short explanation, but it helps to say it in this stream while I have pretty much almost all, if not all of my audience watching, in terms of basically a good amount, let's just say it outright, a good number of my subscribers who keep coming back, because it's more than like at least a few dozen. You can just look at the views, a number of views I have on my videos, even though some of them might be repeats. I don't know for sure. It would be good to say this message outright, especially on a stream where I can kind of explain. Now, obviously, if it was a real, legal issue, I would be taking this in a different direction. Not that I would have much to do, because that's not something that's really hard to disclose. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of resources to work with, which is part of the reason why I need to play it safe. So I should take Flood now. I'm gonna take footage just in case no, there's no point. There's no point. I could just take Flood now. Let's take Flood now. Yeah, so, yeah, not just you, but others as well. So I know at least... Yeah, I know there might be more who ask, so just know, again, I'm gonna say it out already. I'm not gonna say what it is, and if I don't answer some questions in video and or stream format, it's because I am being very conscious of it. And I guess I could also try to give my thoughts / advice on the matter if anyone asks me and makes content on YouTube. Whether it's one person or, say, a group. So, and that's not anything specific. I'm just avoiding saying... I'm just still being vague. So, anywho. So let me just continue investigating, and we will move on. Oh my goodness. Well, 6 knowledge is a thing. Yeah, theologist in the school? Yeah, why not, right? I could actually fight this, but considering that I need to heal a lot more well, if I'm gonna get hit anyway... Like, yeah, I'm not gonna really be able to handcuff anyone unless I run into a human enemy, so it doesn't really help. Do I still? Oh, do I want to throw this bat? I think I do. I want to throw the bat at the boss instead. So yeah. That 4 damage can make a difference though. I also could trade some stamina here. I really should. Especially while I'm taking only 1 reason damage. I could also look for the ghost ritual while I'm here, but that's a lot of damage as well. I could throw the kendo helmet, but that's some good mitigation. Oh my goodness, what a time to be alive. Well, there's not really any stakes. I am just going through custom characters, so you know what? Just throw the bat and swing for the fences. That would have been good fun to sell for cigarettes as well, but anywho. Corpse dust, because I don't care about luck. My luck could be negative right now, but hey. Core strength, by the way, that's a very cool perk, but we'll move on. Really? Back to... Oh, I mean, yeah, because the Toilet Ghost is an event. This is your daily, or occasional reminder that encounters during events do not count towards your encounter lockout. So, if, say, I run to Stalker Girl, I can still fight, obviously, the Toilet Ghost, because that is part of a different thing. I want to hit this at least, so I can desperate action my way out, but... Can I do this? I think I can do this. The reason why I want to do that is if I want to trade stamina for reason. So, let's hope. Occult Diary for Doom. At this point, I mean, I don't need to pick up a researcher, and I probably need all the healing I can get, really. So, away we go. I did a thing, and I need to pull up some windows again, but anywho. Let's get all this healing done and get out. Yeah, so I perfectly healed to my max reason. And now let's fight. So, let us do a thing. Yeah, so I wasn't reading the chat messages because I was actually responding to at least 2 different people. I'll say that much. But, yeah, kind of fits a World of Order. I mean, yeah. I mean, really, at this point, World of Horror can be a place because you can, theoretically, you could come up with a reason to have certain characters be in World of Horror. But while I need to catch up to the messages, have I played through the game that this character came from? Funny enough, no. I've obviously seen other people play it, but not in its entirety, so that could be an interesting to do later on in the year. At the fastest during the summer, I promise you that, if I had a way to play that game and record it comfortably. Can I hit one of these 60%? Never mind, 60%. Okay, I'm a bit more understanding. But the short answer is no. Is luck not good in this game? My short answer is no, but it does have its uses. For one, it doesn't have a weapon associated with it, which arguably it kind of wouldn't make sense like charisma if we're going by the developer's logic. Alternatively, or no, on top of that, it also doesn't have a lighthouse stat check. There are less reasons to take it, even though it does have a good amount of checks where you would want luck. There are some events where luck can grant you some very good things. It's just, I think there is. Maybe I'm misremembering because I don't have an example prepared off the top of my head, so excuse me. But essentially, no, and then you can't die to it. So while if your strength, dexterity, perception, knowledge, or charisma reach 0, you lose the run automatically. That's not a bug. It's meant to be that way. And I'll explain why in a moment. But when luck hits 0 or goes negative, you don't die. This has been proven by me, and I think other people have seen it as well. So, yeah. So yeah, basically no. Running 2 is amazing and the story is messed up and fuzzy. Yeah, I mean, I have a general gist of the story, just like Omori. I'll just say it outright because Omori. But, and obviously those 2 games are related in terms of their, where they pick up things. Now, and then personally wise, why I don't, luck is a horrible, even more horrible stat is because I roll 12s all the time. So it doesn't matter how low my luck gets 80% of the time. Is there any passive bonus like extra champ? No, unfortunately, no. That would be cool, but no. Yeah, essentially no. Yeah, no. The short answer is no. So just to let you know, so that you don't make any mistakes yourself. If you didn't already know, but if I did inform you of that, then yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, pretty much only investigations. And pretty much no other use. Now, I'm not going to say that it's going to be completely useless because I will throw this out. It depends on the events you have as well. If you're working with base events, again, yeah, it's probably on the lower tier in terms of stats to prioritize. Unless you're trying to challenge yourself because you're having fun. Or working with a character with about 12 luck, then yeah, hitting 13 or 14 luck to guarantee luck checks can be a thing. But otherwise, it's strictly worse. Unless, of course, you're playing on you're at modded events that have important luck checks to do. That, like, an extreme example is an event that forces you through a luck check that removes 5 stamina if you fail it. But, again, that's a very extreme example. And other than that, you can't really, there aren't really, as of right now, ways to code in very sophisticated events that would make luck a better stat, basically. Or any other stat a better stat, but you get what I mean. Let's see, okay, yeah, zero statting was actually apparently at least according to the developer long ago, supposed to be a thing where the developer added special game over, basically just CG, or well, I say just, but a different CG for each stat. So for example, maybe strength, you just wither out and become a husk. Dexterity, you become a sloth, the sin of sloth or something like that. Things of that nature. And then one more thing I wanted to add is that the developer did not think that having a charisma weapon made sense at all. A lot of people would say, you know, a microphone for Mizuki the idol, but now we have ally attack, so I guess that's kind of solved. Again, I'm kind of autopiloting here because starting with a weapon and a backpack, while not the strongest start, is still a very much stronger start, actually. So, kind of backtracking there. Then having no weapon and maybe just a healing item, basically, as a realistic example. But also having Kana helps out a bunch as well, so 8 strength, please. Thank you. But anyway, I can sell this backpack, can't I? I can. I can also sell this empty bottle. And I think I will do that if I can grab a pack of cigarettes. So, things aside, I think there are reasons why. But this is a gameplay thing, so maybe instead, let's just assume that instead this character hands the cigarettes for Haru to use because Haru is beside them. But otherwise, I don't actually even drink or smoke in real life, so yeah. I mean, like, since general stats have their own checks as well, luck stats, the luck stat increases are kind of rare. Figured it'd be somewhat useful for more things. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be mistaken for believing that because there aren't a lot. Yeah, just generally there aren't a lot of things that are. I don't want to say the word blatant, but I'll use it for now. Blatant in this game, so. Again, I had my own beliefs on things until they were debunked, so I not empathize, but I do sympathize with, you know, thinking of things. I could throw the brick. I do have fast hands as well, right? But unfortunately, I'm taking a whole bunch of damage, so unless I do this, like I could try to farm this encounter kind of ish, but don't think that'd be the best choice. So instead, we're going to see if we hit a 70% chance, because if I do, that would allow me to get out for relatively 1 reason, but if I'm unlucky, 2 or 3 reason, or more if I'm really unlucky. But otherwise, we should be out. I should have actually equipped the funny mask. I don't know why I'm not. The funny mask I think is more reliable than the Kendo helmet, so ASCII shrug. And I'm just going to keep building into strength, because that's cool. Maybe if crit in combat is implemented one day? Yeah. And funny enough, crits, the idea has been shot back and forth, in my mind at least, where crits would... I don't want to say 1 damage. I used to think just 1 damage, but I think at this point, 2 damage would not be absurd. But, again, we'll see. Basically adding an extra 2 damage instead of a... Well, you can go... I would say no more than really 33% of your attack damage, but 1, depends on if the developer wants to try and implement that, and 2, that can really make something actually broken or overpowered. I'm more scared of possible bugs, so anywho. This would also be a good time to use the monument, because I'm in ramen. I could also throw stuff away, but I don't think I'll need the extra level, so we'll monument once and see what happens. And yeah, I will gladly sell the Kendo helmet for that. And we should be perfectly fine. Now, I have 4 charisma, so I'd rather take this stamina damage. It's stamina damage anyway. Although that event specifically, charisma check to heal for reason, or lose 2 reason at base, so 2 reason for this encounter is also not bad. I do have spells to forget, and I think I can actually cast one of these, but anywho, let's no, we're on encounter lockout, so we can investigate the apartments twice more as we spend some doom here. But now I smoke the cigarettes, unless I just ran into a downtown encounter, according to the game. Because I think that's how it works. So basically, what I mean by that is, if you investigate, say, the downtown area last, for example, but you run into an encounter and then the mystery ends, in your next mystery, when you investigate downtown for the next 2 times, you still will not run into an encounter, I think. Let me know if I'm wrong, though. So this I do just want to run from, by the way. I could fight Miku here, but yeah. Now, that being said, I do need to visit the monument again, just in case weird things happen, and I will sell the funny mask. If we run to out of funds, we'll trade reason. But decreasing doom a little bit would help out. Chat for reason. And then we grab this ramen and move on. Again, the reason why I said that doing the side quest didn't matter for me right there is unless I was on Knight Errant, I was going to level up to 5 and not to 6 regardless, so... Now, I think I did have a dexterity check, but it doesn't matter. I can take stamina here and be perfectly fine. Yeah, and pretty much away we go. Not really much else to say about this run. The weapon, like a weapon at all, even if it's like a shovel, I think there are only a few select weapons. But even then, it helps out. So, strength, charisma, knowledge... Yeah, I perfectly survived there. Takushi-san second encounter, but I forgot that. Doesn't really matter. Do we have the 6th floor? That doesn't matter either. We do have the 6th floor, by the way, but I shouldn't die here. Basically, again, I had a very good run. Kana helps out immensely, so that's unfortunately not character-based, unless your character starts with Kana, but... Wait, can you get double Kana from giving yourself Kana through a custom character? I don't know why I've never tried that, and if I have, I forgot, but... Anywho, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you could. Would be quite overpowered, though, but anywho. So, yeah, we'll just do this. And then we'll throw the bat at Takushi-san on the ground, but... Yeah, as we complete this run, not really much else to say. I got that wrong, but who cares? Who cares? Oh, we are branded, by the way, but who cares? That's at least the rundown. Again, not much else to say, aside from the stat spread, which we'll see in Zektask, but that's something I want to save talking about until Zektask. Although the random backstory can shake things up, so let's see what happens. So as we get into Zektask Cult character exclusive custom character once more, we have 3 ZST to make up for, and I guess I'll see what happens, but we'll re-equip the things we have. Baseball bat is, you know, better than the wooden bat, but still a below average item, but if it's a weapon at all, we'll see. Charisma light, especially on Zektask, where I personally don't like spending doom, so if I can go without visiting a shop and or preparing for funds, hey. Second mystery, strength, knowledge, maybe a second encounter check. But I don't really care. I'm just going to be taking like 6 stamina damage-ish, so... I will still leave the history club, but we'll actually swap the nurse for the schoolyard, just in case. Nothing in the cabinet, that's unfortunate, but... Hey, and then we'll go with costume A and move on. So I see painting, Akamanto, nails, festival, scissors. So let's do scissors first, actually. Just in case we're on timeline A, and we can build into knowledge. Unfortunately, for better... Well, actually, no, not unfortunately. For better or worse, we're on timeline B, so 5 bows is going to be the guess, and we're going to run to a Zektask event, so that will save me some level ups anyway. Yeah, this would be nice for experience, but I'm going to pick up the book instead. Just play it safe. I could sell this book, but we're not going to do that either. And we'll move on. So we'll enter the water here. And away I go. Do I just want to eat? I mean, I know I'm topped off on stamina. Usually I don't care. I guess I could. Yeah, let's do it. So that way I don't lose more stamina. So that bat was pretty much worth 3 stamina in my mind. But hey. Sigil doesn't matter. We're doing things. take a detour. I never risk going through. If you've seen Event of the Day, there's a video on this. Search up Black Sludge on my channel, and you'll see the Event of the Day. But when you fail this Dex perception check, you get an injury. So that's why I'd rather spend 2 Doom than risk. What is the post I wrote? Change for the channel. I'm gonna stop doing. No, I'm not gonna stop. I'm just going to, again, redo it. That's really the main change. So just in case anyone was wondering why certain videos may not exist, yeah. Also, I have not removed previous videos from far ago as well, because those pretty much, if I did do a thing, I don't think they break anything, although I'd have to make sure again, but I feel pretty confident. So, yeah. Anywho. I could say more, but I'm choosing not to. Bow, bow, clap, bow, clap. But that's pretty much essentially what happened. So, yeah. If nothing else, scissors, while we're doing Zektask for a moment. Yeah, it's a thing. Again, it's nothing too serious. Again, if anything serious were to happen, I think logic would win out. But just to be safe, completely safe, especially with robots, I've made the decision I made. So we're gonna do nails into Akamanto because we can avoid the bosses here. Probably Festival. Festival might actually be 4th. We'll see. Police station, by the way. Police station, Seaside School. And we do have Akamanto, so it's gonna be the school, it seems, that we put the police patrols in. But more importantly, we need to reach the thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, so just want people to understand. And it's not because of not even any specific person. It's just a safety choice I made. So the negative version of that was that I'd be a coward. But you can call me a coward, but yeah, because I recently became aware of certain things, just like my post said. Now, unfortunately, we take extra damage here, but 4 reason, and we were gonna take 3 reason anyway, so I might as well take 4 reason and take extra thing. Oh, I knew the ghost ritual, by the way. Why am I fighting this? Better be safe than not being... Yeah, so because, again, I still have a warning on my channel that is going away, because if you don't know, there is a system in place on this platform where you can get rid of, I think, warnings at least. I don't know about strikes. Strikes go away on their own, actually. But if I get another warning... If you get another warning... Okay, so just for people's information. So this is informational, robots. Don't hurt me. If you get a... And it's something I should be able to talk about. But yeah, if you get a warning on your channel for any reason, you can go through a process to remove it. But after it's removed, if you get another... What would be a warning in 90 days after that. So say, for example... My warning expires on 1/15 because I went through the process. If I get a warning on February 25th, then I will not get a warning. Instead, I get a strike. But after say, in April 15th, if I get another warning, it'll be a warning. You get what I mean? So I hope I explained that well enough. 6 dexterity. Rolled an 11. So yeah. Again, just food for thought. Also, I could die to reason here. I don't know why I did this to myself, but we'll use the corpse dust for what it matters, and quote-unquote heal reason, but that didn't happen. Might even need to take Festival now, but we'll see. So, yeah, I could handcuff this guy. I don't think that'd be the smarter option. I would rather handcuff Akamanto, who does all damage, but we'll see. Because this is not... Yeah, again, the baseball bat is not the best weapon, but we're doing Zektask things. I can also Desperate Struggle after a certain point, but yeah, again, advice for anyone who is at least working on this platform. Different platforms have their own set of rules. Streaming platforms aside. So, yeah. And funny enough, I mean, no, I won't say that. I won't talk about what I was going to talk about. It's not even anything explicit. It's just, I don't want to spread misinformation. So, but this I know, I'm not going to say, there are actual lawyers for the situation. Otherwise, why the heck would we need lawyers in life? So, but I have looked into the guidelines for this platform, I think more than the average person. Now, not more than the average creator, but maybe so. Again, I don't know for sure. I'm not everyone, so... but I have looked into things, especially after being made aware of things, and I decided, yeah, sure. Now, I do need to rest here. And yeah, Zektast, but if we have to rest, we have to rest. That being said, this is quite a good one. So I'll take 2 reason damage to essentially heal a lot more stamina damage. Now, I think there was a way for me to one-turn this encounter, but it was RNG based, so... Again, I mean, I don't want to keep talking about it because of things, but I mean, I don't feel bad about talking about it if I help other people. So feel free to keep asking me questions. It's just, yeah. Also, do I want to do this? Theoretically, I can. I could miss, though. I should have really rested. In the interest of playing it safe, I'm gonna escape. Now, that being said, I should rest now, if nothing else, so we're gonna rest 3 times and move on with life. I mean, someone's band recently got him to read the guidelines more in depth for the T-Plot. Yeah, again, and it's unfortunate. It happened to me too when I ran into an issue. Why did I do that when I needed stamina? I guess I'll visit the tree once for this. That's not great, actually. We'll hopefully do Akamanto. Hold on, let me focus for about 10 seconds. So I'll deal with flashbacks later. Yeah, and we'll do this. So hopefully our Doom doesn't shoot up through the roof as we wait for this. But, yeah. Yeah, so for the other platform, yeah. So it's unfortunate that a lot of times, until it happens, you don't really pay attention. But that's the whole thing about fine print, right? I'm not saying that this platform tries to fool you with fine print. Far from it. That's why there's a whole... Thank goodness they show whole sections of things, but... It is... Again, otherwise, why would we need lawyers, right? Among other professions. I use that argument a lot, where it's... But I think it makes sense. The argument that is, you know, if it were that easy, everyone would be X. So... And I don't mean X the platform, although I still call that Twitter for some reason, but, you know. Yeah, until it happens, you don't really look into it, but at least for this platform, there's a warning system, whereas on other platforms, sometimes, especially for the... Obviously, on this platform, you can just immediately get removed for good reason if you're doing things that are, you know, really not okay, but... For things that can... I mean, I think there's at least enough common sense that when warnings happen, they happen, and they're just warnings, and you don't lose things. But as I wanted to say earlier, when you run into a strike situation, then... Yeah, that's... Don't want to do that. Especially for either... Obviously, if you're a bigger channel, it makes a huger difference. Or a bigger difference. Bigger difference. But for a small channel that's growing, especially mine that is reaching certain thresholds and milestones, it's kind of important to stay alive. Now, a week isn't the worst thing, but, you know. Sure, that I actually do want that strength. And I can get rid of flashbacks now. I think we still need charisma, right? Yeah. If we want 84%, yeah. So... Say what you will, but I think for this character it does make sense, so... But yeah, Iwa definitely one of the better allies in the game. Because, to me at least, personally speaking, strength is such an important stat for Harbinger because of being able to brace. Now, 4 reason damage is still a lot, but if I'm able to do a strong here... 4 reason is not the worst thing in the world. So let me just make sure. 6, 12, yeah... Can I do 2 in 1? I can. So, realistically speaking, there's no reason for me to believe I take more than 4 reason damage. Now, if I wanted to play it safe, I'd trade stamina and do a desperate action, but I think we should be fine. 97 into 97. So, yeah. Also, I have been made aware of certain, let's just say, costumes in games that have come out based on a... Well, what started as a manga Not light novel, yeah, manga, right? And was made into an anime and grew bigger because of spies and stuff. But when that was implemented into the game that it was crossing over with, oh man, I don't think anyone's gonna disagree that it looks kind of bad. I don't think there's any yo-yo item, no. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's something that's close, but not specifically a yo-yo. And I want to say yo-yos existed in 1984 of Japan, right? So, yeah. But obviously for this character, it makes a lot of sense. Just connect core strength, just core strength, just core strength. Build charisma, because we do need that to at least survive Zektast. But soon afterward... Yeah, but the baseball bat and backpack I think are already good enough. But yeah, I understand what you mean. It would have been nice. Now, you could have also given this character certain spells, but I guess, you know, yeah. Now, I do want to speed up a bit, but I don't want to not... Yeah, I don't want to sloppily go over characters, so I'm still going to be taking it slow. And for a Zektast run, I mean, yeah, we ran two good Zektast runs. One helped with putting a stat over the limit, and the other was the stat that this character uses for their weapon, so... Yeah. Would have a 20% chance to hit? Yeah. I mean, maybe. Who knows, right? Who knows? Unless one is introduced, but... Until then, we'll see. So, Doom-wise, I mean, if we reach the lighthouse, we survive. That's the, funny enough, the side effect of a Zektast run. If you're playing it, I guess, in my opinion, with the consistent strat. Although the more consistent strat would be to buy a weapon from a store, so never mind, scratch that idea. But again, if you're not doing that, or if you get a little bit lucky, then you can, yeah, your Doom management will just be great. So, funny enough, if you want to get better at Doom management, play Zektast. Yeah, mother to the... why did I just say it? Anyway, it's fine. Yo-Yo's awesome, but has 30% chance to hit. You learn fast. Okay. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, if it's RNG-based, count me out. Unless, obviously, I'm purposely trying to do RNG things. But, you know... No bath is unfortunate, but I think that's the last mystery, right? It was. So, aside from everything, I should be able to survive no matter what. I do have a light source as well, so let's just climb up this lighthouse, and yeah, we should be perfectly fine. But yeah, if nothing else, the stat spread for this character, 3 to 5 ZST is kind of safe, although that extra point of ZST can make a difference. So really, 3 to 4, but this character only has 3 ZST. Starts with a weapon at all is still a very powerful thing, as we did nail second. And having high strength, I consider 6 on Harbinger to be high. Wait, actually, this character does, therefore this character must start with 7 strength, right? But we did get lucky in Zektast, so... Anywho. You know what would be an interesting thing to, if you wanted to buff luck, if luck affects the chance or number of Zektast runs you ultimately run into. But, you know, just food for thought. If we're to give suggestions, usually if I'm going to criticize something and I remember to do it, I will criticize something but also give a suggestion. I think that's normally a healthy thing. Also, yes, this has also been played by someone else, and that's all I'll say. I might as well say it because I was going to say it now anyway, but as we get into Ath, the World of Horror character exclusive custom character once more, and we have a map. And I think I've played this character before, maybe? If so, I'll just do it again, because maybe things have changed, but 2 strength, second, Takushi-san, every single non-stat check, maybe, charisma, dexterity. But yeah, too many things luck can impact. Yeah. In both what you're talking about and in World of Horror, I'm just gonna say that much. We're on Ath for now, but going into Zektast, this is going to be a bit of an issue. We will expel evil. We do have Mind Drain, but this is an Ath run. In that, in a Zektast run, I will not more readily get a thing. Anywho. But this is an Ath run, so we'll concentrate on the Ath run for now. So I see Vigil already. I see Recluse as well. That's a thing. Teacher, Coma, Scissors. We'll do Scissors first, see what happens. I only care... the main reason why I'm taking Scissors is because we have Mind Drain, but... we're on Timeline B, which is good for Recluse, but bad for everything else. Because we need a better weapon, and I didn't even equip this weapon yet. Thank goodness I didn't run into an encounter. The Demon Mask could be interesting, but we'll see. As threat level increases, so... I mean, we decrease Doom, but... oh, I'm still tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep, basically. I will readily admit that. I could Ashen well, wait, isn't that? No, yeah, Ashen Contract is non-Eldritch? Yeah, non-Eldritch. I mean, I'm in Scissors. And this might take 6... yeah, you know what? We'll cast it. Because we used Expel Evil. Basically, we used Expel Evil and lost 7 Doom, but we did a big trade-off there. Luck could impact the roles of investigation, good investigations like tactics in battle, change the get more experience. Yeah, I could definitely do a lot more. Because someone could... if we're playing Devil's Advocate, someone could say... it does have very specific... I don't know how it works, but there are luck-based events that don't roll, apparently, as hard or something like that, like the elevator event in the hospital. I think that's the main example, but obviously those are very few and far between moments. Having a couple more that work differently with luck wouldn't hurt. Now, I might as well just do some calculations here. So for all, -3 Doom, or escape for 5 Doom and not lose that. Yeah, I think running away is better here. And then I proceeded to attack, so never mind. I guess we are fighting. I could Mind Drain here. I don't want to. But I don't have anything better. So if this encounter drains HP, we're in trouble. Okay, good. So, we'll use the Cult Diary. We've already taken damage. Let me just make sure. Bow clap, right? Yeah, bow clap. And away we go. I will wait here for a moment, but yeah. 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 Can you please move? I clicked on you and you didn't move. Please. I just want you to go. And then I'll answer the door and bow a lot. But yeah, yeah, luck could have a lot more, basically. A little bit more. I mean, because Charisma got its big one, so... Anywho. Bow, clap, bow, bow. Oh, yeah, let me get this all. Yeah. That... 6.25%, I want to say? No, 6. Anywho. Basically 7%, but... I almost forgot in the same breath, but it's fine. I could equip the Demon Mask now. You know what? Why not? Unless this character has Zeal. If this character has Zeal, just, well, pain. This character also has a map, but... That's right. We do have Vigil. We do have Recluse as well. I might as well take Recluse now. But... So how does the elevator luck work exactly? You need a certain threshold? Apparently, again, it just works differently. I'm sure you could find... If you search for... that in the Discord, official Discord, you might find something, but I don't know the specifics for sure. All I read about, according to both the developer and other sources, is that it functions differently. Also, again, luck has other apparent effects that affect... I think it does somehow affect investigations more, but the developer didn't explicitly say. So, ASCII shrug, but even then... It's even if it has some effect more than I think it does, it still doesn't... Like, I still build strength. I would still build even knowledge and dexterity over it. So... Yeah. Yeah. But basically, I don't know. Again, I'm sure someone else knows. But yeah. And if I find out, I'll just say it outright, but... Yeah, 2 minor to be important, basically. So I do know the Ghost Ritual. It's this. I'm going to take 3 reason damage, but I'll get Banished experience for it. And we do want to level up just in case we grab a perk. Hot Bath, Quick Thinking. Yeah. We're still working with just a wooden bat, but if we take Vigil, we will get a meat cleaver, so that is why I'm going to continue building strength. So, Vigil, Teacher, yeah, Teacher, but we have 3 strength anyway, so it's not going to make that much of a difference, in my opinion. And I do want a weapon immediately, because I'd rather fight a harder... Usually a bit of a harder boss, or just a harder boss, is still better than getting smacked by 3 encounters because my weapon is terrible. I think that's been pretty much proven as well. But let me know if I'm wrong. And I'm sure there's situations where that's not the case, but boy, does it feel like I suffer a lot more than even fighting Metamorphosis in my 4th and 5th mystery if I don't have a good weapon for 2 mysteries or even a mystery before that. It's basically RNG at that point, so ASCII shrug. But as we grab this meat cleaver and equip it, and then do that. But yeah, again, apparently this is not less of a roll, but I don't understand its exact function, so ASCII shrug. But as we continue to lose reason and move on, again, this character isn't terrible. They do start with something that helps mitigate doom, so good enough, right? I say good enough, right, in a very... I don't want to say condescending, but a satirical way, because boy, is my RNG bad. Has my map even procced yet? Also, this is not guaranteed either. That's the consequence of strength, but do I get anything else? No. So I have to do this and throw the wooden bat to be safe, so I can guarantee an out. I did have Mind Drain as well. I probably should have cast that instead, because this is reason damage, so we're actually going to open this and grab Book of Gore, so we're perfectly fine. Now, our Doom is going to increase, but we are on Ath, and we have 21% Doom in the middle-ish of our 3rd mystery. So, as I proceed to Mind Drain once here, this should be 9 damage, and then we move on. This could be considered clutch, but we're on a World of Horror Ath run. I consider this just me being bad. So, as we take double knowledge now, knowledge strength. Self-therapy is nice, but I'm not planning to forget Mind Drain or Book of Gore anytime soon, so... For those who don't know, if you have either of these 2 spells, you become a god. You are a pseudo-god for the moment, so... That's just how powerful these spells are. Book of Gore, pseudo-infinite healing. And then Mind Drain is a lot of damage for a relatively small cost. And you can usually afford to cast Mind Drain at least 3 times minimum. So it does a lot. So I need to remember to drink this wine bottle. I also need to remember to censor this. So just making sure I have it, but I do. And I do. And let's fight this Forgotten Patient. Man, it would be great to brace into something. Otherwise, while we have the Doom, we're just going to run. Again, this is going to absolutely be bad. Do I have Hot Bath, by the way? I do, so I should be resting here. But if I rest anymore, my stamina tops off, so I did not use the police station either. Rip. Wait, where's my second max threat level location? Oh, mansion. It was the mansion. But we have the map. I don't know if the map ever procced. I forget a lot of things. But anywho. Get some water for when I forget to drink the water bottle? Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't have anything to drink around me, so... Whoops. But anywho, weird classroom, do the thing again. Do I get out in 2? I do. Yeah, I do. Because with 4 strength, I can finally do a gosh dang desperate prep strong. And let me get the sensor on screen. Again, I personally don't need to censor. This is what I mean by I like to play it safe. But, you know, just in case. Other people have fought this boss before, so there's no reason why I should feel that I need to do otherwise. And since I'm not going to be able to brace anyway, I might as well do this. I could try to throw things at this. And or Mind Drain. Yeah, you know what? In the interest of not getting badly bleeding, we're going to Mind Drain once and throw the actually throw the empty bottle. Again, to avoid badly bleeding, HP-wise, I think it saves me more HP overall. Take quick thinking, because that's just arguably the better one. Outdoorsman, if you know you're going to be visiting the forest and you have the rumor, but... hey. And into coma we go. So, into the school we go as well, but... we run from the window to lose reason, and we lose more reason because threat level penalties, but that's fine for now. Now my question is, do I want a pack of cigarettes? No, I just want to rest. And then we move on. Oh, sensor. Whoops. Hey, you didn't miss much, by the way. Thankfully, the place that sensor covers doesn't really cover a lot. Because it doesn't cover the Doom, it doesn't cover FTE if you care about it, and it doesn't even... there's not really a lot of text that actually... actually, let me look at it. Yeah, it doesn't even block a lot of the text. So, funny enough, if I were to forget it for, say, like a whole 2 minutes, which I kind of did there, it doesn't really hurt. But anywho. I should get a... No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I was going to say something. Well, thankfully I had the funds to let go of that. Don't I have a curse? I don't. I don't. And moving on. Curse, flashbacks, that's fine. We're not on Zektas, so that doesn't hurt me as much. So again, let's see. Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, that's right. Handcuffs went into the storage. But not like I can do much anyway. So we lose more reason there. Time skip, but we're on our... we're at the lighthouse. Never mind. So... yeah, we have everything in the world, but we can just do this, and we're perfectly fine. Although I did get lucky a lot, so... we're gonna see how Zektas goes, because it's gonna hurt a lot. We also have Book of Gore, but... can't always rely on that. So, prep, strong, handcuff, tech. Yeah, luck check failure, thanks for the info. have the detailed text turned on as well, but you know. Roommate? Well, I'm wrong. I fought 2 things in scissors. I completely forgot. Oh well, that's probably right actually. But anywho. Again, doesn't matter, we survive. And yeah, I can already see Zektas is going to be a heck of a trial to get through, but I wouldn't say the balance is bad. It's good for immersion. And I know I've been throwing around the word immersion a lot, but I think it makes sense in this context, so let's continue moving on. Yeah. You know what? Random item stats for full giggles. But we'll go for an option select as I get Zektas Knight Errant character exclusive random item. Funny enough, well, the way I look at Knight Errant some of the time is that you profit when you profit and you're a strong character, and you lose more when you are a character with less to work with overall, generally speaking. As we have light, second knowledge, dexterity, and maybe a strength check. But we definitely need to increase strength anyway, so... at this point, we're just looking for a good weapon. But any weapon at all would really help out. A good spell would help out as well. We do have Expel Evil, but that's not what I want to rely on. So, yeah. Yeah. We'll grab the rumor, or not, and move on. So, Coma? Arms, nails, footage, Kana. Well, Kana will help out. Doesn't change the fact that I need to do a thing. We do have Expel Evil, I think. That does help out generally as well, but we actually need the funds, so we're going to sell the Inspiring Novel. We don't have an actual shop, but the Illegal Den is the next best thing. 5 damage, 3 funds, 9... okay, so we're just a little lucky here, but that's not the end-all be-all. We could still definitely lose. But having a 5 damage weapon, especially with 3 funds, but more importantly, a 5 damage weapon helps out. What do I want to do here? Coma. I think I had footage, right? Why am I forgetting this? Well, nonetheless, I'm gonna set things to the... Well, I don't need the handcuffs unless I run into a certain enemy. It's fine. Knight Errant is a very common background when randomizing. Very sus. Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens. It happens. That's all I can say. So, help. Luck check, but hey, that's by far not the worst thing that's happened to my face. Yeah, you know what? I should have visited the police station because I'm visiting the school a couple of times, but anywho. So meet Cleaver 3 times to lose 4 reason, but we're topped off on reason, which is why I don't mind. But I'm really scared about Zektas, so I'm gonna try to shoot for a low Doom run. Because unless we get lucky, boy, is it not gonna be great here. If we have sailors, I'm pretty sure I would have remembered if we had metamorphosis, so we definitely don't have that, right? But if we have sailors, then I should have set things to the seaside. Kana will still help out, that way I run away less, so indirectly my Doom is being saved here somewhat, but we'll see what we can and can't do. This is sending A as well, so at least I don't get penalized here, but it would do me well to look at my mysteries for 2 reasons. Police Station, as I get Crimson Moon / Blood Moon. So for Knight Errant and for the police station, Coma, arms, nails, footage. So we do have footage, but I want to do nails and arms first in fear of things happening. So we don't have that many school investigations, so I'll police station and set and forget the forest. History Club would be the big RNG play, so I guess we won't do it for now. And we can't even grab the Gossip, so we can't even do Ending A. So we're gonna get a Knight Errant penalty here, but we'll also be able to level up. Unless we get Frostbite, but I won't fight against my fate too hard if that happens. Branded like cattle. Killer encounter, lose more stamina, but that's fine. Again, you'll notice that I don't really take these for good reason, I think. But let's monument once if possible. Yeah, especially since we're on Zektast, as we take stamina damage here. I don't normally want to deal with killer encounter rules, because they almost all, if not all of them, result in a loss of stamina when failed. So therefore, since the boss, and I think the true boss, all do stamina damage to some degree, this version just does stamina damage, but you get what I mean. It would behoove me to save on stamina. Now, at the same time, we can make this a 3 stamina encounter, I'm pretty sure. No, I can't, because my brace is absolutely dead. So but we have Blood Moon as well, so I guess what we're actually going to do is this. We get that, and I think we can handcuff. Yeah, so we're just going to handcuff. For some reason, I thought we couldn't handcuff. We can. We get the Knight Errant penalty, but we need leadership and or art knowledge. And we do get leadership, but we're increasing strength in fear of dying to doom. So you know what? I think this character could use an extra point or 2 in perception or charisma. Either one, for the sake of Zektast. I think that's would be my critical gameplay balance change for this character specifically. Or any character that has low strength and mainly, but again, that's just based on the meta of Harbinger that I believe in, at least right now, because bracing is so important. If and when bracing and or strength become less important, then changes like as I just said would matter less. Also, we're taking this for the sake of experience. That's why I took it. And we'll move on. I could also look for the ghost ritual here, but I'm gonna assume I don't run into any more ghost encounters. Now, it would have been good for experience as well, but I personally think that's too much experience. I mean, yeah, Blood Moon is doing a heck of a thing to me. So we'll take 2 stamina damage. Thankfully, only 2. Man, just thought about what I said about animations when I lose a 0 statting. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know what you're going to say yet. I assume that's something's going to follow up, but yeah. Rotoscope's animation, like in Faith? Yeah. 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 Not much more to say about that. And yeah, why is it whenever I don't have water, I start to hiccup? Why? Kindly refuse. And into this footage forest I go. Now, I do need to level up soon, but I'd rather risk reason than doom, so... And thankfully, we finished this mystery quickly. We still get the Knight Errant penalty, but... Oh, well, yeah, yeah, this is looking bad. This is just... Well, 1, this is bad RNG, but 2, the stat spread of this character is not helping matters either. So... We'll do our best to survive, but not really much more to say. There's too much Z. This character has too much ZNT to make up for, and I know I took footage before ARMS, but I was hoping something maybe miraculous happened. Forest combat is such a banger of a track. It is a banger of a track. I'm not going to say I'm the most knowledgeable about music. In fact, I think, especially as it pertains to me being a game developer, music and sound design is by far my worst subject, I guess, if I were to say it. But if I were to figure out how a way to say it. But yeah, music and sound design, knowing what sounds good or what might not sound good, is not my best area of expertise. It doesn't help that my current setup doesn't help with that either, but, you know, I'm trying to slowly upgrade. Thank goodness for that luck check, by the way. Haha! But, joke's on me, my doom is slowly rising. Oh, this is painful. Yeah, with 2 strength, we don't really get anything meaningful. Oh my goodness, my yawning. But at the same time, we're in ARMS, though. I think I'm just going out of... No, this is not even great anyway, because Zektas is nerfing my dexterity, which affects my dodge action speed. So, the fact that I also got Blood Moon, like, right after... Yeah, basically a big bad RNG. I'm not gonna deny it. If I saw someone else deal with this, it's a very bad RNG run. Now, there are ways out, but they're not very good ways. I'm thinking. 6 stamina for this hot garbage. But I want to hit... I need to hit a 75%. Eight, 16, 12. I can't even do a desperate prep attack to defeat this enemy, but... sometimes when you play video game music on your car, so for just to see how good the sound design is, say some of the what are you checking about? Yeah, and I've heard I've seen a lot of compliments for the World of Horror soundtrack. There's I mean, I'm not an expert in this music. I'm just gonna decide to do this as we take a concussion, but I think there's something about this style of music that, like ASMR, does something to the ears, I guess, is the best way I can word it and articulate with my own mouth and words. And that's all I can say. someone more well-knowledge than that can say something else. Now, I'm gonna do this. I think I can do that. All for the sake of Doom, but I promise you, we're just gonna move forward and hope. Even if we have the boss, well, actually, we can't really do anything. Yeah, we can't really do anything. So, we just hope we're on timeline A. And we're not. And we get the Knight Errant penalty on top. We can't even dodge, so I think there's actually no way... Oh, we can. Well, never mind. I lied. We can't. So... Pain. We might have a ZKS loop available somewhere, but I highly doubt it. So, yeah, we just need to dodge about 10 times. Agree with that? Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, if we're talking about the... Yeah, something about the way it sounds. Just feels good, but as I proceed to pretty much die here... Yeah, that was a terrible run. Missed the 75% because I missed dodge twice in a row. And maybe there is some I'm not going to say scientific reason for it as well, but as we move into our next character... Yeah, hopefully I hope someone would have said a thing, but yeah, we're just gonna let things be and move on. So as we go into our Ath World of Horror character exclusive run, again, the short version is as something rolls across the ground. World of Horror music I think is pretty good. So now that being said, as we kind of move into a tangential thing and we get Light Takshi, Charisma, Knowledge, Dexterity, no Strength check, Ron Swanson arm pump of sadness because only vegetables, but second mystery maybe. We can build knowledge, it looks like we should, but strength is so close, I'm just going to build strength regardless. Knowledge would not be a bad idea though. I just personally am going to do this for now, so... Yeah, library notes, we'll use those. We have protective carvings as well, might as well use that. And then heal stamina. And move on. So we have an innate Kana already in our run. I can also cauterize immediately, but let's hold off on that for a moment. Scissors, Akamanto, Ward, Footage, and Nail. So we did have Ward, and I think we took Hardware Store. So in the interest of making use of my thing, especially since we're on an Ath run, we're gonna work with the Monkey Wrench and get more reasons why I love the Monkey Wrench. So... Like, I'm going to try to actually force it, so I'll re-roll twice, just in case. But we get it immediately, so away we go. Downtown, and this also gives me a chance to set the police station, but it seems like it's going to be downtown. So, I think school was high threat level as well, so that's not going to be great for Scissors either. But we'll take care of things. So, what I wanted to talk about was recent talks about... I guess certain awards for video games, and how some people believe that for Doom, yeah, you know what, we'll go for it. We have Cauterize, so funny enough. But let me continue talking about the thing. Yeah, so for certain awards for video games, some people believe that a game was going to win over, we'll just say it outright because I do respect the game as well, Final Fantasy 15. Clive, 15. Why? I am not a Final Fantasy fan. I disqualify. But essentially, someone was going to win over that and or Hi-Fi Rush for audio design. Like, how do you know? That was no. At least with the current, obviously, sound audio composers, people who are working for the audio for Squaresoft in general, when they're in the running, like, it's a hard ask for. Like, Hi-Fi Rush, I think, was the only contender for most... we did get this one, by the way. But was the only contender for most audio design. Not saying that, you know, Baldur's Gate and... There's one more. Alan Wake did not have good audio design in their games. I think those were also good contenders. But, yeah, anything else? Winning over Squaresoft / Final Fantasy, and in particular the last 2 years up to now, Hi-Fi Rush, Baldur's Gate, pretty hard. Also, I hate myself for being in this encounter, but Didn't we use protective carvings? Why are we still taking so much damage? Anywho. Yeah, so... like... I'm not going to say that any... Actually, you know what? In my opinion, none of the games that were nominated were bad. They did have good... I think they do have their good audio design. It's just... Final Fantasy is a step up. It's a step up. I'm deciding on whether or not I can actually fight this. I would have to switch to this. And then it would be nice. 79%. They're not bad odds, and I have painkillers as well. So you know what? We're going to go for it. Can I brace into anything? Yeah. So, yeah, 5 strength is the threshold. Because with 5 strength, I would have been able to fit a triple attack boost. And 89%, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, it would have allowed me to. If not, let me know. But... we have painkillers, so maybe we want to switch to the steak knife, because this encounter also gives me a steak knife. So you know what? Do I want to, though? Hi-Fi Rush doesn't even contend because he uses bands and exterior sources, but playing FF Theater Rhythm shows that every FF, even the bad ones, have bangers. Yeah, so, I mean... I kind of disagree on that the Hi-Fi Rush thing, because if we're looking at, I mean, it depends on the category, right? But sound is like the actual use of, and it's obviously a big part of the game. So there's a few factors that go into it, but definitely the way that sound and music is employed in Hi-Fi Rush, I think, is still a thing. Now, that is I'm not saying that your opinion is invalid. That is a. If it's true, then I can see where that opinion comes from. But I disagree with it on the notion of if it's trying to win an award. Now, again, that's part of the reason why Final Fantasy also wins out in that case. But as we fight the Kabuki Killer here, I think we get... I think we two-turn this guy. Yeah, we two-turn this guy because the Monkey Wrench is so good. And we'll throw the Steak Knife just to be certain. But yeah, as it pertains to winning an award for, again, it depends on the actual category. I still think Hi-Fi Rush is a good contender. And if we're comparing it to the other contenders, Baldur's Gate included in that, it would definitely win a close second if I were to pick between. Basically, Final Fantasy, Hi-Fi Rush, then Baldur's Gate would have been my exact first, second, third place as we get. So we have Mimi perks, by the way. Which is very nice, because Reason is something that you normally need. And this character doesn't have a bad stat spread overall as well, so... hey. But until we actually need the stamina, because again, staying at low stamina allows me to do desperate actions, so we'll go into Scissors next. We can run from Ward. But yeah. Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush is awesome, the soundtrack's cool, but it's not made by the developer, is what you may. So... yeah, again, I don't know as much about that, so maybe you have a more informed opinion. So I won't push harder on it, but yeah, just as a layman, because the layman opinion does apply as well, and I consider myself more a layman anyway. But as we get bow, clap 4 times, yeah, anything more would just be me maybe saying something that is factually incorrect. And I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just saying I don't know enough to know for sure. All I know for myself is that I would place it high. So compare the FF15 soundtrack to the DLC of Real and Blown Away. I will agree, and I think we both agree on Final Fantasy just being a strong contender. I'm just gonna swing for the fences here. Because either way, we're going to have 3 stamina. So, yeah. But anywho. Yeah. And obviously, I'm not saying that people are wrong for saying. I'm just saying I think it's a wild opinion to have. To believe that, aside from the games that I mentioned, any other game would have somehow won over those 3 games. And I think there's one more I said that's included in that, but yeah, it would have been a hard ask. I want to go all out here. I can. Can't I? I can. Because either way, we're going to be able to... No, you know what? I'm going to brace. Because with 5 strength, we can brace double kick. If nothing else, if there's nothing else to take away from this stream, for those who are just listening, please tune in back for about 15 seconds as I tell you that having 5 strength with a 1.0 time multiplier allows you to brace into a guaranteed kick. Which is important at times because if you can take perfect damage down to a desperate action... So in this case, I'm only going to be taking 1 stamina this turn, but it allows me to, in the next turn, guarantee that I defeat this enemy pretty much perfectly, because this does 15 damage. But anyway, that's all I wanted to pull your attention away from to look at for the moment as I move on. So bow clap 4 times. Yeah, it's a you thing, and you're very strict about music and what you like in game, how game implements music composing. Yeah, so again, and in my opinion, I think Hi-Fi Rush did a good job. Now, you can take away cookie points because maybe the whole team that's involved, basically they took... I don't want to say took, that sounds weird, but you get what I mean. I'm not saying this in a negative connotation, but they used music from other places, if that is where that's getting at. If not, again, that's why I didn't want to say I wanted to talk more in length about it, because I don't know as much about that. In fact, I did try out, I may still have a trying to play Hi-Fi Rush in my channel. But anyway, bow, 2 claps, 2 bows. I do know I definitely got it, but I had to refund it because I could not play it comfortably. I probably can now, but it's a bit late. So, as we take a bath into... Ooh, I should have healed the reason there. It's fine. It's less fine. No, it's fine because we have Akamanto. And Akamanto, non-timeline A... takes away 3 stamina. Yeah, that's your point pretty much. Yeah, so... Yeah, I believe you when you say that, unless someone else says that, oh, that's actually wrong, but that would be weird. But, you know... And it's not like I don't understand where that comes from, because again, I understand the line of thought that comes, because it's like, the value of someone who makes something all on their own, as opposed to, say, in my case... Again, I don't like the use of comparisons, but in my case, let's say I make a game and it's a complete asset flip. That would be an extreme version, but basically that I think, and I do think it's less impressive than someone who makes all the assets on their own, even if it is with some help, like Undertale. So, where Toby Fox may have used... gotten, help from other people to use their art assets. I think Muffet is the prime example, right? But you get what I mean. Other than that, though, like 98% of the game, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, was made by Toby Fox themselves. As opposed to, say, if I were to make an RPG Maker game and was just using all base assets from that game, yeah, probably less impressive. But to that end, the counter argument kind of... Not in complete defense, but just to say, for anyone starting out like who hasn't made a game yet, feel free to just use asset flips, because the whole process of making a game in itself is... there are things involved with that. What was that? Was that me? Was that something else? Anywho. What mystery am I in? I'm kind of heated right now talking about this stuff, but anywho. It's like nominating Guitar Hero as one of the best soundtracks, isn't it? Yeah, so... Yeah, fake an injury, by the way. I actually probably want to rest as well. We have fetid fumes, really? I guess we're taking 2 curses. It was about time something bad happened to me, right? Fungal growth, brain damage. Okay, well, that wasn't the worst thing. I don't think there's any curses for strength. Anywho. Yeah, but yeah, I see what you mean. And I think what I've talked about does carry some amount of weight. Now, I might be wrong at times, and I think I've said something that might be a bit too critical, but... I was about to say a thing, and I didn't want to say it, but you get what I mean at this point. So, Demon Mask, I guess, yeah, that hurts my max stamina, but we have a lump of flesh to cover for it, so it's fine. But anywho, yeah, I'm not going to say much more, because anything more would be just completely more opinions, and usually I like to try to move towards facts, if nothing else, because I know that I'm not the most factually correct person on this channel. And yes, I do... put myself at a below average spectrum of that. But anywho. So we can do this once. Can we do this twice? We can. But I'll throw in a kick just to be certain. So we take -2 all... You know what? We can actually not use handcuffs here. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but I'm going to do it to myself here. Just in case. One day you'll finish that game? Yeah. Yeah. Well, if nothing else, a good reason why I'd go back is to at least show you. I'm not going to say be so confident as to say show you how good I am at timing things, but I will want to at least... It would be a curiosity thing to see... basically my hand-eye coordination or my physical abilities at my present stage in life. So, yeah. Yeah. Ward footage. Yeah, as much as I would like to do Ward after footage, I think just is going to be last. We have fetid fumes regardless, so I should actually enter the doctor's office to grab the painkillers with how much doom I have. But anywho. Yeah, we're just going to take Outdoorsman. Now, if we don't have the rumors, so be it, but again, no stakes this run, so I'm not hard-pressed to find the rumor. But at the same time, as of right now, for those wondering why I haven't been looking for the rumor as hard, I've just made it a general rule to check the TV twice, and if I don't find it, so be it. That's not like some binding weird gameplay rule, it's just a weird... Well, not say weird. It's a personal rule just for... mainly to challenge myself, but also in the... as we get the dullness, to... Part of it is for the sake of the viewer's eyesight. Because it hurts my eyes flashing the screen like that. Now, that's not a serious thing, or maybe it is, but it's serious enough for me, and my general rule of thumb is if I have a problem with it, I'm sure at least one other person has a problem with it, but the general rule is I think other people would have issues, and it would actually hurt them. So you know what? Yeah. One day when the developer changes the transition to not hurt, yeah. I think it can even be a static switch, but yeah, these flashes on the screen already are kind of... I've partially placeboed myself, but even right now, these flashes are kind of doing a thing. But anywho. Definitely a flashing lights warning, even though this, yeah, like, in general, it would not need it, but small flashing lights warning. So, my eyes. Yeah, like, that fade out when improvised hits doesn't really hurt, but the flash at the end of the turn, like a toggle. And I think we do have certain toggles for graphics things, which is something I pushed long ago, and I think it does exist now. Or I feel like it does. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, I'm just saying that does. But the next best thing would be that. It wouldn't be the highest priority, although technically it could be, but, you know. So I think that's more than enough. If I have a lot more, so be it, but we'll do this. And I think I already gave the curious package, right? So I should be able to do a thing. Now, if I wanted to go completely crazy, I would keep... Yeah, no, I want to... Let's just throw away something here. And grab the handcuffs. Because I'm pretty sure I can... If not one turn, two turn. This encounter. Or the boss. At least when you spam for Thought Flash, you know what's coming. Yeah. I know I've been saying that specific... Yeah, but I don't mean it in a negative way. It's more in a contemplative way. Anywho, I should be able to brace into something meaningful, right? Yeah, close enough. So 95%. And I can also throw things, but losing 2% Doom here, I don't really mind. I would rather throw the rest of the stuff I have against something else. Now that being said, would I like to gamble here? No. So we're going to keep bracing. In fact, can I just do a kick? No, I cannot. So, basically an 85% chance to get out for an extra point of doom, or for one less point of doom. And away we go. I think this character has less luck. Why do I want to assume this character has less luck? Anyway, it's not a lot of reason I have first aid, so hence why I've made the choice I did. So 9 HP, I would have to take a gamble. It wouldn't be the worst gamble, but 4 stamina damage is a lot. So in the interest of having a very good boss encounter, we'll take 2 stamina damage and then handcuff tech our way out. And considering everything on Harbinger, I know I'm going to talk about it for like the umpteenth time, but handcuff tech I think is pretty fair. But if it gets changed, I'm not going to completely cry about it. I mean, I'll lament its demise, and it'll sound like I'm crying about it, but I promise you, I'm not going to be as torn up as I thought. Because all that really does is that for encounters like Ward, Akamoto is the exception, but still, trying to do true Akamoto is a endeavor in itself, and I think still does more HP damage-wise. But for encounters like Ward, Nails, non-true boss, it just means that you're going to look for alternative ways out. Ward you can escape from, Nails is not as painful. You'll take more HP damage on average. That's what's happening in my mind. Also, we're leveling up a lot this run. But we'll take running shoes and move on. I whistled a bit there. You would lament it also. It's fair and requires a bit of skill. Yeah, so it's not like spamming. There are a couple things that you can spam pretty much infinitely, if not infinitely. But Stuffed Toy, Sell Koji, Film Roll, I think is the main strat that I saw on Discord. So, among other things, but it's pretty much infinite funds. So that's a true infinite. Improvise is not a true infinite because of storage. Handcuff tech is obviously not a true infinite. It's very powerful, I will grant you that much, but you cannot infinite handcuffs because 1, not every enemy is a human type enemy. 2, you cannot buy handcuffs, even if you were to come up with a pseudo infinite or ZKS loop. And 3, they're quite limited anyway, and it's not like they drop with events, which is an argument that can be used for certain other things. But anywho. Yeah, I want to one-turn this guy, don't I? I just made a mention about how I want to spend so much Doom elsewhere, so let's actually spend Doom elsewhere and get out of the Snoo monster in one fell swoop. I almost said something completely different. I don't know why. What was I trying to say? Anywho. So just to kind of autopilot for a moment, because not much else is happening in Skoda. Doesn't one enemy drop a pair of handcuffs? They do, but you're not usually... Well, one... It's only... Even then, it's only like up to like 2. I think there are 2 encounters that drop handcuffs, right? But one... If nothing else, is more likely to drop when you have Pickpocket, which is a perk that is not really helpful anyway. And 2, even if you were to look for said things, you could argue the same for things like Katana, which arguably is a bit more RNG, but so is looking for a specific encounter that you have to defeat to grab a pair of handcuffs. So, you know. We can one-turn this encounter, thankfully. Or looking for say, Dull Nurse and Burning Man to get a lot of items to throw. Yeah, Lumpy Officer drops it, and the police station has it. Yeah, so if you're talking about actual sources, yeah. And there's really only one really reliable source, and that's the police station. But it's also even if the handcuffs were there, you're picking it to lower a threat level. On Harbinger, anyway. I have to add that point, because it is relevant there. But, you know, I think I can just boldly walk up this ladder. Yeah, there's no way I die. 8 strength, 8 dexterity. There's no way. So, yeah, compared to other things that are true infinites. But actual true... I keep saying ZKS, but that's in credit to the person, so I don't mean that... I'm not trying to break any anonymous things. Like, if you want to stay anonymous, sorry, but... I say it more as a positive attribution. But yeah, ZKS loops or pseudo-infinites in this game, or true infinites in this game, some of them require a lot of setup, so I think that's fair in a game where most of the time, especially on Harbinger, RNG and the game is not in your favor to a degree that where if you're looking for an infinite, basically looking for an infinite, if you don't get it, you lose the run. That's it's not like it's an infinite, but an example is, say, relying on a strat that whether you get it, you lose, or you win, is Mind Drain or Ghostly Spear or Ghostly Spear on Eldritch Parasite. That's an example of a strat where you go all in, and you either... I mean, it's not a binary thing where you win or lose, but obviously if you spend 50% Doom looking for Mind Drain and or finally getting Ghostly Spear or Mind Drain, then yeah, that's probably going to be a lot more likely you're gonna lose that run than any other run. Heavens forbid it's a Zektast Eldritch Parasite run, but that's what I mean by when you're going all in on a strat, and I think the same is true when you're looking for an infinite. But as we get into an actual Zektast run, I was gonna mention something different. We'll do random item stats. The text drops there because, again, there's too much text on screen, so it overlaps. I don't really mind it, but if you care about that, it's a thing. But as we get into Zektast, Cult, character exclusive, custom character once more. Again, this character isn't so bad. There's 3 ZST if we're talking about Zektast specifically, but the main issue, well, it's true for every character, so it's not really an issue, but the challenge, I guess, is to find a weapon. So second encounter, light, strength, Takshisan, dexterity, and maybe charisma. Why am I trying to open the lighthouse? So we'll set hardware shop to be safe. Again, this is kind of a normal base Koji, pace character, Koji, Mizuki, Aiko, Kyrie type stat spread. But for Zektast specifically, it's a much nicer one. Now that being said, still, I do want to rush experience. Well, we'll check one more time, and thankfully we did get the rumor, but if this is the Nuzlocke challenge, I'm only checking the TV twice. I'm telling you that much. If you have pickpocket, the lumpy officer drops the gun, that's... Okay, yeah, it's instead the gun, but you get what I mean. Yeah, and you know what? Funny enough, because it drops the gun, you want to avoid looting more, because the handcuffs are arguably better on average. Scissors, Hell, Flood, Coma, Ramen. We need this to be Timeline A, by the way. I would like it to be Timeline A. Or Timeline B, no, Timeline... No, yeah, Timeline A. We are in Timeline A. We do need some luck here, but... on average... But if that doesn't happen, we should be able to defeat the Scissor Lady relatively quickly. Now, I would grab experience here, but because we're about to take a buttload of damage, buttload of damage in Scissor Lady, that's, I think, the nicest way I can say it. 6 knowledge. I'm shaking my head. And yeah, we have 8 dexterity and 7 knowledge on non-Harbinger difficulty, but that's strength I forgot. But hey, at least I get experience, and Curse Signs is moderately not as painful. Yeah, if I get Book of Gore or something, it's gonna hurt more, but for the sake of a better weapon, yeah, I'm gonna decrease all my stats by 1 quicker, but Curse Scissors. My goodness. Did I succeed any of those rolls, by the way? Anywho. So normally what I do is just prep strong. Oh, that's right. We're on random item stats. Hey, Jordan, we're on random item stats. Funny enough, this might actually be better. That's actually better. You know why it's better? Because I could do 3 damage and take -3 all, or I could do 2 damage and only take -1 all. So yeah. Either way, though, whether I go into a shop and buy a weapon or pick up a weapon, I'm rolling on RNG with random item stats regardless, so... You know what? Funny enough, this is the safer option for a character that has 5 strength. Because otherwise, a lot of the time you're prep stronging for 12 damage and you take 6 all. Wait, that's the same thing then. Yeah, that's the same thing, because I'm taking... If I'm doing 2 damage for -1 all, why in the heck was I ever prep stronging with the wooden... But yeah, actually, when I think about that, well, obviously if you have 4 strength or below, you do prep strong. But you get what I mean, right? Anywho. So I'm pretty sure we popped the painkillers here because we need the extra HP. But right after that, we're going to see if we can even do a thing. Yeah, that's 8 damage. It's not enough. It's not enough. Boo-hoo. But I think we do this. because this is 8 damage. Actually, I could have defeated it last turn. I made a mistake. But anywho. As we grab the curses, please don't be garbage. Okay. It's not bad. I think that's actually better. I can't remember. I don't remember the base stats. But as we get time skip, because why not? Our stats are going to start to drop. So we need 2 stat points in perception. Oh my goodness, my words. And 1 in strength. But in the interest of healing, we'll take Flood now. And just so that we have a better encounter in Flood, we're taking Flood now. So away we go. Do I have a chance of doing this? I do not. What a time to be alive. We're just going to prep strong. So my Doom's going to increase, but that's par for the course. And if I could grab the Theologist and immediately end this mystery before Zektast penalizes me, yeah, that would have been nice, but no. Also, the Theologist is in the village, so I don't get to rest. I probably don't even get to top myself off, but we'll see. You know what? In the interest of getting anything, I'm gonna buy a spell. That's good. I'll probably need more, though. So we'll grab this wine. And then we rest. Because we're probably just going to be prep stronging the whole way through. Yeah, I didn't even get to top myself off. Boo-hoo. We have the wine bottle, yes, but that's neither here nor there. We're neutral right now, unless we get bad luck with the 70% accuracy attack, but hey. So, we're going to start losing 2 damage. That's far better than receiving 3 reason. But as I said, now that without 5 strength, we can't do a brace guaranteed kick. But we can still desperate prep strong. And before I do that, let's drink the wine bottle to celebrate and move on. Now, what I can see happening is that you lose the tireless bonus for resting, but we'll see if that happens. So, third mystery, 32% Doom. We're kind of par for the course right now. Why do I use that phrasing? We're doing okay. We're not doing great, and we're not doing terrible. But as we have Household Hell, Coma, and Ramen, anything can happen. No, funny enough. And no, we didn't get anything. So I guess I will take... No, we're using the Cursed Scissors. We'll take this. We'll build Perception later, because maybe we get to double up, because I need the Strength now, so I can deal with encounters. Can I even brace... Let's see. 5 Strength, 6 Knowledge. Can I do this? I can. But the moment I lose a point in Knowledge... Well, Knowledge and Strength, I will not be able to do this anymore. Question mark? Yeah. Basically, I lose a lot. That's all I'm trying to say. But as we drink this bottle of water... Healed HP... I'm gonna gamble. Do I have to gamble? No, right? Yeah, I don't have to gamble here. Although this could increase my Doom. It did. But we have the Occult Diary to make up for it, and I'd rather that than lose HP. It's still a precarious balance you need to employ during Zektast, but as we take a nap, I did prepare, didn't I? No, I didn't. That was last run. What mysteries do we have again? I completely forgot. Please tell me we don't have Coma, because I'm gonna do Seaside. If for no other reason than we're grabbing handcuffs, but basically mitigating some Doom for this one Seaside encounter is good enough if I'm taking handcuffs along with it. 5 strength. Okay, good. We rolled low. Stats don't matter still. And hey, I finally did a full stream of custom characters because I think it's been a while, but me surviving is a completely different issue. So, we'll take 2 stamina damage. We probably could have been able to maybe go for a one-shot, but you know me and RNG. It's not going to make me free. That was a bad rhyme. Moving on. Nice quote-unquote luck check, question mark? I want to say that was one of the weird luck checks, but maybe not. Anywho. So, we'll take stamina damage here. I know we have first aid somewhere, but I still am afraid. And until I get first aid, because I need to build perception anyway. Nice double cultist encounter, by the way. Do they make it for people who think they're strong? But men is the shorter word. Otherwise, I could do this. Can I do this? No. Would have been nice, though. I need... Yeah, you need 8 knowledge to do 2 strong attacks. Otherwise, I could guarantee this by throwing the empty bottle, and I think I will. So this would be nice to sell. Unfortunately, we do not have access to the Yakuza card perk. But we will lower Doom by taking a bath. By saying, no, it's not time to take a bath. Sorry. I even messed up my own words. As Doom increases. And Zektas penalizes me is the most important part. Wait, why did it say? No, that's the cultist. I'm going crazy. I see -1 and I assume it's a thing. But as we take double perception to make sure we don't die to Zektas, let's heal more reason and move on. Oh, we do have coma, by the way, so whoopsie-doopsie. I guess we're switching to the hospital. Reason, please. Thank you. We'll move on. Again, not much else more to say. This character is strong. Even though they don't start off with a weapon, the stat spread is nice enough that there's a balance, I guess, is an alternate way I could explain myself. And they're also able to use a lot of weapons. Again, you do need a high amount of dexterity and knowledge to use faster weapons more efficiently. There is a kind of a threshold here. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know it's higher than strength would be for things like Monkey Wrench. Even though I know I keep saying Monkey Wrench, and Monkey Wrench is an outlier that even if it weren't a strength weapon, it stands out. The opposite of that is if it gets nerfed stat-wise, like its own base item stats, but you get what I mean by now. Also, that being said, we're using the Cursed Scissors, so it's kind of a moot point, but this character does still have a good amount of knowledge, especially on Harbinger. So, as we get into Ramen here as our last mystery, yeah. And then, as I said, for me, when I play Zektas, my Doom is normally low regardless, so because I'm trying to avoid increases, it's similar to playing Jury, whereas avoiding the horror, you know, if you employ strats that avoid you from running into the horror, your Doom's going to be low as well. Do I just want to run from this, by the way? I do. What else can I do? Not much, right? Yeah, because I have lower stats, so... Did I take stealth? No, I didn't. I had to take perception. But that's not so bad, because I'm pretty sure if we reach the lighthouse in under 70% Doom, we are guaranteed to profit. I can make this a 2-turn encounter. I cannot. I can. Right? But to be safe, I'm going to run because I have the Doom to run. Still. I'm still going to play on the... How should I say it? Nice for you to give me that. Are you going to give me stone statues then? No. But we'll see. Got a real question for me? Shoot. The question, anyway. Sorry. Robots. But... Go ahead, because yeah, we're probably nearing the end of the stream. I did 6 runs, 2 runs, 1 Ath, 1 Zektas for each character. So we're definitely nearing the end. So by the time we finish this run, it'll probably be right near the end. Running shoes would have been great earlier game, but you know, fair enough. So second encounter, I don't remember at all, but it doesn't matter because I do this and we're perfectly fine. How can you motivate yourself to get motivated to play World of Horror when you have an 85% win of True Believer but can't get a single Harbinger of Doom going? How can you motivate yourself to get motivated to play World of Horror with basically a low win rate? There are a couple things that I could say. Let me see here. What would be the best one, though? I guess the best... Oh no, stream, no! Stream, don't do this to me, stream, no! Am I still online? If you are, well, hopefully I am. I'm recording this anyway, so I can make a clip of it, but... So, I guess the best way to get motivated to playing Harbinger, I guess is the real question, is to try to improve and get farther and farther. So, for example, if you could... Because I was at a point when I was starting to play Harbinger, right? Where I could only get to the 3rd or 4th mystery, lo and behold, 3rd and 4th mystery. I tried to improve on something. The main step there would be to get to another mystery. So if you're stuck and you die usually on mystery 3 and 4, try to reach mystery 5 and then make progress from there. The smaller steps in between are things like trying to remember one event. That's why I started making the event of the day. It does help me out as well, but for anyone else, try to remember more events, because event knowledge is one of the biggest, or definitely top 3 reasons you succeed or fail runs, making the right choices. But if I were to review that's basically one big piece of advice. But if you're like me and you don't remember as many events, then trying to be good in other places like mathing out your encounters, changing your strategy up, that would be my extreme, but I'll talk about that right after this. So for example, if dodge is not working out for you, try bracing a lot more often. If bracing is not working out for you, lose dodge a lot more often. If your beginning of run preparations are not going well, try to do like 5 to 10 runs doing one specific thing, no matter who you're playing as. So, for example, always go to the hardware shop and looking for a monkey wrench. Reroll if you don't find the monkey wrench. Even if that takes you 30% doom, just do it and see how much more successful you are. And that goes into my next little tip, which is trying to go to extremes in terms of like just completely changing up your playstyle. So just do something you've never done before and just do it a few times. And even if you end up, if it feels like it's a waste of time and you're like, oh, that was just a big failure, know that even from that, like if it's a big failure, then you know that what strategies you were employing previously were a lot better. Then you can improve on working on that and not focusing on things that you were failing on. Even if someone else tells you that they experienced more, say, success working with spells and rolling on random spells, then maybe for you, rolling spells doesn't work because they're just more lucky. Or maybe trying to brace doesn't work as much because you, for some reason, always run into enemies that do an even amount of damage. Obviously, there are moments in which dodge and brace are just outright more optimal, but in most cases, you're making a decision. So for example, Takshi-san here, if for whatever reason I couldn't defeat him, I would rather do a brace kick. This kick is not guaranteed, so maybe if this doesn't work out, maybe you just want to really just go for prep strongs with heavy weapons like a shovel. I don't know. But anywho, you have 7 runs on Harbinger, 0% win rate, you see. Should play randomized or play your main, just play world bracket. Yeah, I would recommend really just sticking to just one setup, because I mean, I would employ this. I wouldn't employ the same. I wouldn't hold people to the same standard that I wouldn't hold to myself. So by that I mean, if you have to play as just, for example, Ayaka over and over on Harbinger, just play Ayaka on World of Horror Backstory on Ath over and over on Harbinger until you get comfortable. Then slowly tweak things, like instead do a Goizo run, instead do a Katak run, but leave things on World of Horror Backstory, keep playing Ayaka, and then but leave things on Harbinger. Again, slowly change variables. So that would be these would be some of the few tips I'd say to, if someone is starting to play on Harbinger and don't have a high win rate. So yeah, I hope that helped. But yeah, without further ado, that should be the end of the stream. I think that clip is just going to be an actual video in terms of things. So yeah, I hope I helped you. You definitely helped me. So if I helped you in any shape or format, even if your win rate only increases by like 5 to 10%, because that's true for me, that's why I said that's not anything negative. Like, my win rate is already like only 40-50%. If it were any higher, the Nuzlocke challenge would be complete. But yeah, basically, yeah, no, you're welcome. Pretty much like Binding of Isaac. I need to play that game as well. I have not played that game. Obviously, I've seen people play it. I've seen speedruns. I've seen more casual gameplay of it. I've seen story runs of it. But actually, I haven't watched it lately, but that's basically my experience. But anyway, yeah, without further ado, please let me know if there's anything you want to see, anything you're interested in. I'd gladly be willing to drop a game, aside from Slay the Spire, because that's more a verbal promise that I made. But if you want to see something else, like even if you were to say be a bit what I consider harsh and say, hey, drop this game, I want to see you play this game, I'd consider it at least. So yeah, that's that. But without further ado, yeah, that would probably be further down the line. Obviously, if this, I mean, just say it outright, I mean, because it's true for anyone, right? Well, for me specifically, if I could, you know, be much more well off on this channel, obviously I'd pay more attention to the channel. But it's not always obvious for other people, because they might have things they have to do in real life, and so therefore they do other things. But I am getting, this pertains into the end of the stream, because I am getting close to my 1,000 subscriber threshold. And while some people might say, well, that it doesn't result in a lot, it means a lot to me, if for no other reason than personally. So without further ado, if you really want to help this channel out, please subscribe to the channel. Obviously, subscribing and watching my channels as a subscriber helps out a lot more in terms of robots, but it would mean a lot to me. So even if you're not going to watch my videos, if you want to support me in any length, subscribing would be the most helpful option. Memberships are still going to be open. I feel I should repay that much, and leaving them open so you can do emotes like this. But without further ado, yeah, that'll probably be the end of the stream. If nothing else, I should be putting out a Slay the Spire video, sorry. Tomorrow should be another Nuzlocke stream, right? Unless something else happens, I'll let you know within 12 hours, although I've not really been great at keeping that kind of verbal promise, but yeah. Again, just closing out this stream by mentioning things that I probably should mention. But I don't mean to drag out the time. If you have other things to do, I hope you have a good day. If you want to watch me more, let me know if you want me to just stay around and talk like a Zatsudan. But, you know, things are things. I do try to do my things. I'm still developing my own games as well. But, yeah, Slay the Spire and Event of the Day should come out. If not, bare minimum, I like to do one thing per day, and I've done this stream. But that's not a reason that I shouldn't do more. So, yeah, without further ado, thank you to everyone for watching. I should say that as well in chat. And I will see you later. Bye! Have a great day or evening or night or wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a good time. And I'll see you later. Bye!